like movies? Do you like hearing random people talk about movies? Well, then you've come to the right place. This is Movie Emporium, a podcast where we talk to you about our thoughts in the world of movies and give you our opinions on the past, present, and future of the film industry itself. I am here with Adam. How you doing, Adam?
Hi, I'm Adam.
Hi. How is your life?
Life is fine.
How's that diet going?
It's actually going outstanding.
You how many pounds have you lost?
Well, the first month I lost 25 pounds, so I'm still hitting on stride. So I'm doing really well.
And no more bananas in the tailpipe, or are you still doing that?
I shove a banana in the tailpipe every chance I get. So all those cars in the parking lots. Yep.
Okay. And I'm also here with the man who likes shorts, Rob Dodrill. How you doing, Rob?
Pretty good. You know, I like all kinds of shorts. I like cargo shorts. I like golf shorts. I like jean shorts.
You like short
Any
shorts?
kind of short shorts, yeah. Cut off shorts.
Who likes short shorts?
I like short shorts.
Any kind of shorts. Some would say I'm a short connoisseur. I don't know if I would call myself that, but others have.
Would you call it Daisy Duke shorts?
Yes.
Are you like the Calvin Klein of shorts?
More like the Calvin Klein. I couldn't think of anybody else.
You could be like the Abercrombie and Fitch.
More like the Guess. Guess who I'm like.
All right. All right, guys. If you haven't heard about our podcast before, we do movie stuff. We talk about movies. We develop movies. We answer movies. And we just love movies. I guess that sounds good enough.
Sexually.
So, exactly. But so as always, you know, if you like what you see, remember, rate, subscribe, tell us how we're doing. Don't tell me because I don't care. Tell these other guys. They may not care either. So just don't tell us how you feel. But if you want, what's that?
Leave comments.
Yeah, leave comments. We may not answer them. But if you want to leave emails, go to enlapolo1138gmail.com. We do about 30 minutes each episode, and we talk about different topics of the world of movies. So today, I have selected out of a bowler's hat the name of Adam, and Adam has a topic that he wants to discuss about. And I have no idea why I'm talking like this, but Adam, what is your topic?
Well, first of all, I would like to bring up that you have a bowler's hat.
Yes, not a 10-gallon hat, but a bowler's hat.
Interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting. Where'd you get this hat?
So have you seen that video where the guy's driving down the road and you see these like weird guys in outfits and they're like running really weird into the field, and then you see like a cult?
Rush Hour 2?
You remember this video? Yeah, Rush Hour 2.
Okay, yeah. I was going to go Children of the Corn, but yes, I do believe that was in Rush Hour 2 also.
Yes. So I stole one of their bowler hats and then murdered someone, and I was really angry about it, so I yelled at a theater.
Whoa, wait. You just admitted to a crime. You just admitted to stealing.
I admit to nothing, but maybe I killed someone. They may have
That's
been named
beside the point.
Paco.
You're saying you stole something.
I may have used my phone in the process. I don't know.
Murder, whatever. We can overlook that. But
exactly. So.
Thievery.
But yeah, so what you got there, Adam?
For topic, yes. Some movie etiquette is something that I would love to talk about.
So you like how I segued that? Yeah.
Into killing and thieving inside the movie theater.
Yeah.
I murdered someone
while using your phone.
Well, on that topic.
Oh man. So what made you decide on this topic?
You know,
Adam?
the more I should say, every time I'm going to the movies nowadays, I just realize that there's like no movie etiquette. And it's a few things everyone has those things that bug them. There's a few things that really bug me. But what really got me upset was I just recently saw, not recently, but a couple weeks ago, I saw Hotel Transylvania 3 and Teen Titans. And the kids that were in Teen Titans are actually really well behaved. But the kids that were in Hotel Transylvania, it's kids. I expected kids. So I have nothing wrong with movie etiquette when it comes to kids. But it was the parents. So during the movie, there was a guy sitting next to me. The dad sitting next to me got a phone call. He didn't have his phone on vibrate. He's there with his family. And he answers his phone while watching the movie. Gets up. And while he's doing this, he's having a conversation on his phone. So I know it's not an emergency because his family's there. Well, at least not a family emergency because his family's there. But he gets up, and that's the biggest thing is phones for me. So I do believe a lot of parents don't go see movies with their kids unless
Yeah.
it is a kids movie
Mhm.
nowadays. And I think a lot of parents that haven't seen movies in a long time forget how to act in a movie theater. On a separate note from that, well, same note than that, I just recently saw The Meg, and Rob and I actually saw it
Hmm.
together, and there was parents that brought kids in to see that movie, and The Nun was one of the previews before it, and we're like, oh God, this kid's gonna be screaming and terrified. So, and it was like an 8 o'clock at night movie, and you're bringing
Mhm.
in kids that are under like 4 or 5 years old into that movie. Where I mean, I'm sorry, but at that point, it's kind of like get a babysitter or go see an early show. Just because when you get to that point, it should be at least. I mean, it's PG-13, so if you have like somebody who's 9 and plus, with a parent, that's fine and everything. But you shouldn't have a kid that most likely is going to be terrified during the movie and is going to cry during the movie. At one point, a couple of kids did end up crying, and I can't remember. I think someone told someone to shut up or something. That not shut up, but like a shh.
Did you tell him to shut up, Adam?
No, I mean,
Did you go, shut the fuck up, kids?
Hey,
I'm trying to
shut
watch a
up!
shark eat Jason Statham here.
No, but I mean, there's some etiquette. Like you don't bring your kids to an after. I would say anything after 7 o'clock, don't take your kids to, especially if it's a PG-13 or higher movie. But the biggest thing in movie etiquette nowadays, I would say, is the armrests.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people think both armrests are for them. Uh, no. So essentially, I'm a big strong believer in whatever side your drink is your armrest. So you can claim to that armrest. I have a big issue with people who essentially take up both armrests and or encroach on my armrest.
But you don't like people being close to you?
I don't mind it, but it's one thing if, I kind of lean over to get a drink and your face is right there. And I'm like, hey, how you doing, buddy? I've never met before. Especially when the theater has 8,000 seats that are available and you pick the seat to sit in right next to mine.
But what if it's like Slenderman or something like that, and he's just wanting to get up and all up in your shit and,
Well,
turn you
clearly
into
you
a
have not
tree?
seen Slenderman because it was a great comedy.
Slenderman was
I
Slenderman
laughed
was
hysterically.
Slenderman was a non-movie.
Slenderman is like what you take when you take a crap and it's so big that you can't believe what you see. That type of thing.
I would say I would have been pissed if Slenderman was
I'll take that
not one of my free movies.
I'll take that analogy further. Slenderman is when you take a giant crap and you look in the toilet and it's too big to flush down into the public sewer system. So you reach in and you pull half of it out with your hand and throw it in the trash. And then whatever's left in the trash is what you release in the theaters. And that's Slenderman.
Rob, that is perfect. I don't even know how to answer that.
Greatest
Oh my
movie
God.
review ever, by the way.
Rob, I should have had you review it instead of me because people think I was being too harsh on it until they actually saw the movie. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you get for not listening.
It was a horror movie that they took all the horror out.
Yeah, they definitely took the horror out.
Well, I love hysterically, and we've got completely off topic, but I love how they've added a movie from Scary Movie into that when she was running through the forest and get hit by the trees. That was straight out of Scary Movie.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, man, this would make a great parody in like a Scary Movie or some kind of South Park episode or something like that. I was like, holy shit, this is bad. But yeah, so back to movie etiquette.
Oh yeah.
Movie etiquette is, don't check your cell phones. Don't use your cell phones. Talking during a movie, I would say a whispering or a comment is one thing, but straight up talking during a movie, no. Don't text. Don't bring young kids to an R-rated movie if they're going to be crying or they're not mature enough to see that movie. Be mindful of others when you're sitting down. Oh, and families. Please, if you're a family with a mother and father, husband, wife, no matter what your family dynamic is, please always have your kids sitting in between the two of you. Do not have your kids sitting next to a stranger. I get kind of weirded out when I see that. You know, you see a family come in and it's like the husband and wife
Especially if
sit
it's
next
James
to each other.
Gunn.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
You know, and then you have your kids just sitting there, and then you have, you know, this 300-pound man come and sit right next to your 3-year-old kid. You know, it's kind of like, you got to move over so your kid doesn't have to sit next to that guy. Oh no, just to make sure you're comfortable. You know, is the most important thing to you, not your kid's comfortability. I don't even know if that's a
So
word, but yeah.
so apparently they don't know the Disney rule is sit your kids between you and not on the other side of you. So when they fall out of the Space Mountain ride, they don't die. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think
I go ahead.
with etiquette too. I think one of the problems, and I noticed this. I went to see Overboard remake when I got the movie pass a while back, and I noticed when I was buying tickets, like everybody in front of me was going to that same showing, but they all also had movie pass, and it just so happened that they sat kind of behind me in the theater, and they kept talking the entire time. It was a bunch of like younger teens, and they kept talking the whole time. I had to tell them to be quiet, and it started making me think that
Rob's dying, literally. Slender Man is coming
Well,
for him.
while he's doing that, also, parents, keep a lookout on your kids if they're kicking the chair in front of them. You should, I mean, when there's someone sitting next to you, you can definitely see someone's kicking the chair. Just nudge them a little bit, or be like, hey, don't kick the chair, because, I'll let it slide once or twice, but after that, I will turn around and say, hey, stop it.
It's like, kids, you heard of the Velociraptor? I am that Velociraptor. I will kick you, and I will eat you, and I will murder you in your sleep if you don't stop.
I think things like, as great as the Movie Pass and AMC A-List, as it is for like constant moviegoers like us, I think the one drawback is that people who don't ever go to the movies are now kind of flooding in a little bit. Probably less so with A-List, more so with Movie Pass, when it was like you could see one every day and it was only like $10. So I think that there is probably an increase of people who are coming to the theater who never typically go, and they just don't know how to act, and they just are so used to, I'm just going to check my phone when it rings. And so I think until, I don't know, people get more used to seeing movies steadily as these subscription services comes out, there'll probably be an influx of poor etiquette coming through.
Yeah, my main issue is you have a theater that's empty, and somehow you pick a seat right next to me, and I'm going, you saw all that blue shit on your screen as you were picking a seat. Why would you pick the one right next to the only red seat in the theater? Or if you have seats that are next to me, but there's one seat in between us. This happened to me yesterday when I went to see Mile 22. You have a seat that's in between us, but yet you move over, and now I'm stuck between two other people. Yeah, it's a reclined seat, but I'm like, you're like losing space to yourself because you're sitting right next to me. And I'm like, who the fuck does that? That's such bullshit. I hate when people do that shit. Yeah. I hate when people sit next to you when there's a whole wide open theater, and then when people, move over a seat because they want to be more centered. I'm like, then buy the ticket for right next to me. Don't fucking buy a ticket on the other side of you and then move over. That fucking makes me cramped, and I have a problem with coffee when there's too many people around me. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, it's like the other day when I went to see Alpha, a whole family came in, and they did nothing but scream and yell during the whole movie. They were on their phone. The guy let his phone go off like 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, I should have said something, but I didn't. But just like, who goes into a theater thinking this is respectful? I don't go in there. I don't go into a restaurant and start making food and shit. I mean, it's like,
yeah, I
don't know.
I don't get how people can come in and like when I went to see A Quiet Place, I was just I saw it after it was out for a little while with Movie Pass, and I was just shocked at how many people were in there making noise during that movie, and it because of how quiet it is, it amplifies it basically. But there's like people talking and wrestling their bags and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a movie. If you know it's going to be quiet, then don't buy all that noisy crap.
Well, no, it's like it's like when I saw whatever the hell I saw yesterday. It was another movie. Like, I don't care if you buy popcorn. I know everybody buys popcorn and soda, but when you start buying those boxes of candy and like when it's quiet, you hear this, I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm like, I can't pay attention to the movie because you're being so loud. And I don't know. It's almost like not worth it to go to movies sometimes just because people don't know how to be respectful.
Well, I will say, if you go opening night, like the very first showing, more times than not, you get like the normal diehard movie fans that want to go see a movie. So it's a lot better. When it's the opening weekend or that second week, you usually get those people who's like, oh, I'll go catch a movie. And it's kind of like, really, these are the people. So you either have to see it like the day it comes out, or you have to end up seeing it like when it's about to leave the theater, when it's in a crappy theater.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being honest. I feel like punching people in the face sometimes because I don't know. It feels like they don't give a shit, and
well, honestly,
they act like they're at home.
A lot of like AMC, I honestly think there should be a call button for an attendant to come into the theater instead of me having to get up, miss part of the movie, and go get an attendant for them to come and just be like, okay, I'm going to see if they do it. Well, the second they see you walk in the theater, most likely they're not going to do it. They're going to wait till you leave. But if you have like a call button, now granted, yes, I understand some people are going to be stupid and just hit the call button just to hit the call button. But I honestly think that would cut down a lot. You see someone, especially when you're sitting towards, like, we always sit in the dead center of the theater, and there's people who sit in the front row, and you can see them with the stadium seating, especially in the Dolby Theater. They bring out their phone, and they're texting or playing a game, and it's like, if you don't like the movie, you hate the movie that much, get up and leave.
Yeah, I think there's room for there to be a little stricter rules, and, it's like when you go see a screening, it doesn't obviously have to be that strict, but they have people that are consistently watching for any phones lighting up or people talking or whatever, and they'll like kick you out. And I think that I definitely think when they have a showing, they should have people come in more often and just check. Every once in a while, you'll see that person go off to the back, and they've got the little night vision camera, I think. And but I think more often they need to come in and just kind of listen and see if there's people talking. And then if there are, or if they get complaints, I think they just need to like toss people out instead of giving them warnings, because it's pretty expensive to see a movie. I mean, if you're paying for the ticket, I mean, like A-list is cutting that down a lot, but it's like $15, $20 to see a ticket to see a movie. So it's
especially in the Dolby Theater.
Yeah, so it's not like it's just some cheap thing that somebody's going, whatever, I'll just go, and a bunch of teenagers show up or whatever. You're paying a lot of money. You're paying sometimes like $40 after you get your drinks and your popcorn and all that. And so,
well, I'll give you a good example. There was a family that I saw in a movie a couple weeks ago, and they had 4 bags of popcorn. There's like 6 of them. They had 4 bags of popcorn, 4 large sodas, a nachos, and some pretzels. And this is excessive, but that shit came to like $100 just all together on concessions. I don't know. I guess maybe with the age of Netflix and Redbox and Vudu and all these iTunes, all these programs, why go to a theater if you're going to have all these kids when you can just wait? Literally, like Avengers just came out 3 months after the movie came out in theaters. Why don't they just wait to see the movie in home theater or at home? Yeah. Why?
They do that because of the spoilers. And, we can all agree, like, at my job, if I don't see something day one, if I didn't see Avengers, like, we talked about it, I knew exactly what was going to happen in Avengers, but I came in the next day, that Friday, I saw it that Thursday, went in that Friday, and guess what people were talking about? They were shooting spoilers left and right, and I found that out. If it's a Marvel movie or a big budget movie, people are going to spoil it. Like, look at The Walking Dead when it was actually popular. If you went on Facebook during or after the episode, you were screwed if you're a fan. And people would be like, oh, you have a day to watch it. Well, sometimes my life doesn't revolve around, TV, so it takes me a little while. So it might take me a week or two. Oh, well, that's your fault. You shouldn't go on Facebook. So I do know a lot of people that go to movie theaters because they don't want the spoiler. But, I mean, yeah, you're right. With all these home streaming services, people are sitting at home doing what they want. Oh, put it on pause so I can use the bathroom, or just rewind it. What did he say? So
I'll go even one further. If you're gonna go see it, if you know the spoilers of a movie, and this is extreme etiquette, I would say you know the spoilers of a movie, you know what's gonna happen. Don't fucking spoil it for people. Yeah. If you're gonna do that to me, I'm gonna fucking ban you for at least a week, unless you're gonna keep doing that shit. Because that's not fair to the people who haven't seen. There's some people who don't want to see trailers, that don't want to see the movie, or don't want to see anything about the movie, so they want to go in clean. And then you have some jackass, like the person I know about Avengers Infinity War, who was going to spoil a movie for me because he was butthurt about something else, and I banned his ass. I'm like, you don't do that to people. I don't care what you think about spoilers and stuff like that, but that's another movie etiquette. You don't go fucking spoiling stuff for stuff, especially like Infinity War with how big it was and like the stuff that was going on. You don't do that shit because that's just one excuse to get your fucking ass kicked or, get punched in the face. I will punch you in the face if you pull that shit on me. I don't know.
My personal rules that I've always said about spoilers is, like, say you're in the workplace or wherever you are, and people have seen it, that for movies, it's 2 weeks that you shouldn't talk about it in front of anyone that you do or do not know that may have seen it. If you know the other person's seen it and there's nobody else around or whatever, you can talk about it freely. But I say 2 weeks for movies, and I always said 1 week for TV shows. And the reason I have those is because I figure 2 weeks falls under any kind of pay period. So if you can't see it when it first comes out and you're like, I don't have the money to go see it, oh, that's understandable. By the next time your paycheck rolls around, if you really want to see that movie and it's a priority for you to see it to not be spoiled, then you just got paid so you can go see it. And if you're too broke, then, at some point you got to say, well, I'm going to get spoiled unless I really make sure. But you can't expect everybody else to hold off just casually starting to talk about it. I say a week because for TV shows, because by the time the next episode comes on, it recaps the previous episode. So there, it's like it's all kind of out the window. Unless, later on it goes into talking about, if you're talking about Breaking Bad and somebody never had saw it before, they just started it, obviously you don't talk about it to them. But
yeah, it just frustrates me to no end because the one thing I've always liked to do is go see movies, and it just feels like every time we turn around, there's some issue. Like I'm getting like one movie I go see and I'm getting commentary for the movie. I'm like, if I wanted commentary for the movie, I just wait for the Blu-ray and listen to the director actually tell me about the movie, not somebody moment to moment doing fucking riff tracks or Mystery Science Theater 3000 in it.
Although I will say that there is a point, and it goes back to Slenderman, that if the movie is so incredibly terrible, that there's no other way to rescue it. So Adam and I saw Slenderman, and it just turned into us kind of riffing on it, and we were like, I don't know if these people next to us are really into this movie, but there's no possible way they can, and if they are, they're complete idiots. So.
And what did that one girl say after the movie was over?
She was like, I remember the guy came around the corner and he was like, I really liked it. And I thought,
oh, the crazy eye guy.
Yeah.
Yes, oh my God.
I thought he was being sarcastic, and they were like, wait, I think he actually was liking it. Ah!
Hey, just to let you guys know, I lost you for some reason, so I didn't hear the last couple minutes. I was like, where the fuck did everybody go?
Oh, I was still blabbing on.
Yeah, we're just talking about Slenderman.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say I actually agree with you on Slenderman, because if we can get any person to not see that movie and we can do it well enough to spoil it for them, then I have no problems with that.
Yeah, because that's the kind of movie that it's just a cash grab. Now if you got somebody creative enough, you could make a pretty creepy Slenderman movie. You can make a Slenderman movie that's closer to like Nightmare on Elm Street, and it would be pretty creepy. But when you just have like Sony doing a movie that's trying to cash grab something that was popular 10 years ago on 4chan, then it's not really a recipe for success.
Well, I also love the Sony product placement in that movie. And then how crystal clear their screens were, and then how the two phones were synced up while they were seeing through each other's cameras. It was like, wow, look at that perfect picture.
I know, right?
Clearly it's a Sony, since it says Sony right there on the phone and the Sony laptop.
So we gotta talk about that one time. That happens a lot
Product
in
placement.
like big budget movies or
How about
movies from companies. You see,
how about
What's
how
that?
about the watch product placement in the Meg, where the guy at the end's like hugging, and his watch is like larger than everybody's head as it's closing in on the camera.
or anytime you see it in Michael Bay movies like Transformers, like the Mountain Dew machine that turned into a robot.
Mountain Dew.
Power Rangers has the best product placement with the Krispy Kreme commercial. I
Yeah.
think that can only
I love how
I think that can only be rivaled by the Dunkin' Donuts commercial within Jack and Jill.
Oh my god.
No, I'll give you
Cappuccino.
one even better. You know, how about McDonald's and Mac and Me?
Oh yeah, or that Sinbad movie. What was that?
First
House
Kid or
Guest.
something like that.
House Guest when
House
he
Guest.
got a McDonald's and he like ran in and he ordered McDonald's and sat down and had a scene eating McDonald's.
Or yeah, it's product placement's so bad. We need to talk about that one time because that shit is fucking annoying as hell. It's like I know they need to make money, but it's like when they make it so obvious, it's insane. But oh well. So I think that'll do it on our movie etiquette. If you're an asshole and want to ruin a movie, go watch it on TV. I guess I don't know,
Or see Slender Man.
but yeah, just go watch Slenderman. If you really want like bad movie etiquette, just go watch Slenderman. Or go watch Scary Movie 2 when they're in the theater eating chicken and whatever they're doing. So, but so before we go, do you guys have anything to recommend to the audience of peoples?
Slenderman was an outstanding movie. No, I mean the Meg wasn't bad. Not giving like a review on it. It wasn't bad, but I would do a recommendation of staying away from Slenderman. If you're one of the fans of Slenderman, just wait for it to come out, man. Trust me. You're going to be doing the whole entire industry a disservice if you pay money to go see that movie.
Yeah.
I'd probably recommend Castle Rock on Hulu for anybody.
Damn, you stole my recommend. It's a good show, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's the first time I'm realizing Hulu releases week by week, so it's a little bit took me by surprise. I was like, only 6 episodes, and then I go, oh wait, I gotta wait.
You're like, damn it. But yeah, I'll since you recommended that, I'll recommend Disenchantment, which is the new Matt Groening show on Netflix. It's not as good as like Futurama, but it still has its funny moments and has a little demon character, which is pretty funny. But
Is that it?
You see, I barely got through the first episode of that.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I'm hoping it's better, but I was just like, eh.
Is it?
Yeah, no, it's not like a Futurama or The Simpsons where like they were good from the beginning, but hopefully it takes off at some point and gets better.
Is it episodic like The Simpsons, or is it one story throughout the season?
From what I've seen so far, it's one story,
Okay.
but it's also episodic in a way. So, but it has some good catch lines. But all right, so we'll go ahead and head out. Adam, if they want to reach you, if they want to make you watch Slenderman, where can they find you?
Nowhere, because I will not see that movie. But you can find me at 8283 Productions on YouTube or Facebook.
All right, and Rob, if they want to make you watch Glitter or
I've already seen it.
Spice World,
See,
where can they find
that
you?
is poor movie etiquette that you are picking up your cell phone in the middle of the podcast.
Oh shit! I forgot I was on.
Well, I don't want to see
Oh, sorry.
Glitter, but Spice World maybe. I saw that once. It's probably my third favorite movie of all time. So if you do want to watch Spice World with me, you can find me on YouTube. Just search my name, Robert Dodrell, or on Instagram at Cell Reborn.
Awesome. And you can find me at Big Shadow 1138. Check out our YouTube channel as well, because where we keep all our reviews, podcast, all that good stuff. Also, Audio Boom has podcasts. If you guys have listened to the Tony West interview that I did that premiered last week, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun to talk to him about animation and working for Disney. So, but with that, we'll go ahead and head out, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.